Good morning, everyone. It is KrebsCOHO with a World of Tanks replay cast for you guys. We have not done these casts in a while. In fact, we've been doing World of Tanks epic moments, but hey ho, I had to do this cast because it was of a tank that I have been looking so forward to. This thing, this beast, this thing of a beauty, this hot dog tank as everybody's been calling it. The Tog II is out in the latest patch and I cannot wait to actually buy this myself. Why? Because it is such a ridiculous tank. This is the second largest tank in the game right now that you guys can see here. And it's a tier 6 tank for that matter. I believe the largest one is the Mouse. That's the only thing that is taller than this thing. But this thing by longevity, the Tog II, is so long. In fact, people say that when the Tog II is destroyed in particular places, it can actually block passages. It can block freaking roadways for that entire length of that game. Unless it's actually moved properly, but I don't think it can even be moved properly because it's such a heavy tank and you need momentum behind actually pushing these things. So anyway, this is the Tog II. We're looking at this standard battle on steps. The guy who's driving this is Apache 1990, who does really well in this tank. What can I say about it? There is a lot to say about this unique tank. It was an actual real tank, more so a prototype design. There's only one ever produced of this actual tank, and the reason behind it was that it was supposed to be like a mobile fortress when World War II started. If there was going to be trench warfare, like a replicate of World War I, if there's going to be lots of trench warfare, this was supposed to act like a wee fortress for the men on the front line. And so, it could obviously hold a lot of men inside of it. A mobile fortress, that's what you can think of it. You won't be seeing much going on in the beginning, by the way, because this thing is so freaking slow. Now, there's only one prototype of this tank actually built, and it didn't actually see any use because, well, it was too ridiculous. The trenches weren't even used at all. We could see that in the French defensive lines. They were just totally surpassed at the Ardennes. But anyway, nothing about the history. Let's actually focus on this tank and its pros and cons. So, the pros most obviously being that its health is ridiculous. Some people like to say this tank is almost overpowered in a way. 1,400 HP for a tier 6 tank is ridiculous. It's comparable to tier 7 tanks, such as the Tiger P, the Tiger and such. So a tier higher. It's absolutely brilliant in that respect. It can actually take a lot of shots. And reflect them depending on what angle it's at. But obviously you notice that some of the cons would be its flat angular armor on the side, for example. Very easy to penetrate on the side, no problem at all. Another con about it is that its ammo rack is quite big, and so it's easy to actually damage that. I'm noticing that he's taking a lot of damage here. In fact, although he can soak up a lot of damage, he's taking quite a bit of shots into his tracks, and also actually lost one of his crew members there, but he got him back up to speed and used his health kit. But 6 crew members in this thing, of course it would only make sense to have 6 crew members driving it. I personally think that maybe there should be more, but because it's such a large tank. But hey, I mean, this is World of Tanks. 6 crew members is enough. Has a very fast fire rate, although apparently it doesn't do a lot of damage. But when you're put into nice matches like this, then it's no problem. In fact, this matchmaking is very nice. You won't see anything higher than tier 7 tanks. You won't see tier 8 heavies or tank destroyers at all. It's only going to be tier 7s and below. So improved matchmaking on that allows it to have a nice time going around the battlefield as you so please. If you're a newbie in this game, probably not the sort of tank that you want to go for. Why? Because it's so freaking slow. At 13 kilometers per hour, you're really not going to be going anywhere that fast. I mean, just look at this guy. He's been just not even that far away from his base that he started at. That's as far as he actually managed to get, but still, he lets the enemies come to him. And he can soak up so much damage. Jeez, I could imagine this thing would get the steel wall achievement so damn easily. But anyway, Apache taking quite a few shots on the enemies here, and not really caring that he's taking shots from the side. He can just soak up this damage. Doesn't matter. Even the scouts beside him, even though they're shooting at very fast fire rates into his armor, you can see the dinging in the top right. They're not doing anything, and so he can take his time to pick who he wants to kill. Doesn't matter, I can do whatever I like. Man, all the enemy can do is probably just get these like back armor shots on it or use maybe gold ammo. Jeez oh, jeez oh. In fact, Apache's got some gold ammo loaded up himself. Maybe he's going to be using that on any sort of difficult tanks. Maybe other Togs, you never know. There were some other Togs on the enemy team. But they are dead! Oh, shame to you guys. This guy's doing a lot better than you. At only 54 HP, he's still doing well enough. And he's taking on Chesterman over here in his Matilda. And that is Matilda gone. And, well, we can obviously tell that the M5 is not going to be doing anything at all to him. M5 has done nothing at all. Even penetrating from the side, or trying to penetrate from the side, just dinging off. Doing absolutely nothing. This thing is literally a fortress on wheels. Wow. I wish I had one of these tanks in real life. Could you imagine how just going down the road in this? In fact, I would even go as far as to just live in this tank. You could just make it like an RV. Like, you know those American Winnebagos? Get your own bathroom in it? Yeah, why not? And so he's just racking up the kills. Got 6 kills already, so that is an easy Top Gun. Getting his 7th on the Valentine over there. And now the rest of his enemies, or well, the last of his enemies anyway, the Wolverine, is far away. At only 7 HP left. He's almost dead. So this is just what I mean. Getting 7 kills, 7 HP left, 1,400 HP, that is a lot to work with. People like to say that when you're using this tank, you should try to get a bit of cover. Just try to expose your turret only. I don't know, just looking at how this thing goes. Is it going to be able to actually find any sort of cover that he can look over without exposing his hull? It's just that tall! This thing is like a house. Oh my gosh. Absolutely ridiculous. I can't wait to buy this thing. As soon as I get some gold on my hands, I'm definitely buying the Tog. Such a ridiculous tank, and pretty much every game that you go into with a Tog, people just say something about it. Guess the Togs thought they could take it all. That's true sometimes. Not against another Tog. Huh? Fair enough, but you didn't take on another Tog, did you? Right, so it's just this Wolverine now. One shot, easy. Easy stuff. People were saying that they don't do that much damage. That's absolute rubbish. He was doing great. 8 kills for Apache here. That is the Tog II for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this very strange cast of this very unique tank. And maybe, if I get one of my own, I will show some replays of it. But until then, I will catch you all next time.
Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.